and welcome to BlackWoman Startup. And this right here is the Summit Edition. It is where those individuals who took a chance on themselves have received a scholarship to a 10-day digital incubator where they can be immersed in the training environment that's needed to not only grow their vision, their idea, but to grow their businesses from the start up. My name is E.R. Spalding, and I am the founder of BlackWoman Startup. And as always, it is my pleasure to be here with each and every one of you. But before I go any further, I just want you to pause for a moment. I want you to pause and give yourself a digital round of applause. As a matter of fact, I want you to make sure that you are posting inside of the feed that I win, hashtag I win. And you are winning every day that you make a conscious decision to show up and to show up for your life. See, as visionaries, as entrepreneurs, as the leaders we are, all too often, we always have our eye on the end game. We have to, because we're the ones that are strategizing and putting everything together and making sure that the parts are moving and operating the way that they should. However, we don't take the time to acknowledge the small wins that we have along the way. I know I was one of them. I was always that individual that was looking for the next. What was the more? What was something else that I could be doing that furthered me along that I missed the moment that I was in? And it took a really good friend of mine to stop and ask me a question that he knew I knew the answer to, right? Because the answers are always inside. And the question that he asked me was, how do you win a football game? Now, do I look like a football player? No, I'm not some big burly man that is on the field and crashing into individuals. But he knew from the time I was yay high that I had been a cheerleader, a gymnast, and I was always out there on the field cheering the teams on. Well, if you know anything about football, you know that it is 1 inch by inch. And those inches leads to yards. And those yards eventually lead to moving your team further down the field until you get into the end zone. And so as we are moving down the field, your inch by inch is showing up here each and every day, downloading the workbooks and ensuring that you absorb as much as you can. And that, my friends, is not something that I take lightly. You should not take lightly, and just take a moment to acknowledge who you have been inside of this process, because this is where your training begins so that you can hold the space that you know you are supposed to occupy inside of your purpose, inside of this plan, and most definitely inside of your profits. Again, my name is E.R. Spalding, and I am so elated to be here with you. And so make sure that you're going inside of the feed and you're letting us know who you are and where you're from. Give us your first name, your last name, where you are located on the planet, because this is a global movement. So make sure you put that inside of the feed, and you're in the community doing it as well, the BlackWoman Startup community, because that is the movement. That's where all of the action and the activity is happening. Because when these training sessions are over, when this summit is over, guess what? The connections are going to be made. The cash most definitely is going to be made over inside of the community of women who are on the same journey as you are. So make sure that you get over to our Facebook group. It's private, only for us high achieving women, and that you are commenting and providing information, be a resource for another woman. And resourceful is exactly who our next trainer is. Miss Donnetta Watson, I promise you, when this woman stands into the room, not only do you see her statuesque physical frame, but you also get to see the statuesque virtuoso in terms of the mind and her ability to expand it, what she has to offer, with supporting us as BlackWoman Startups with writing the vision and making it plain. Now, I tell you that she is a hidden figure no more. How many of us out there have been hidden figures? Absolutely, you're the best kept secret. And even though we've all seen the movie and Taraji P. Henson did a wonderful job in her portrayal of the mathematician who supported NASA with their calculations, Donnetta Watson is a statistician who has worked with the government, who has been in her own business for more than 30 years, who has successfully created time and time again in her image other individuals who have been able to expand and move inside of entrepreneurship the right way. And yes, there is a right way to go inside of entrepreneurship. And she is going to begin to share what that looks like for you and how to write the vision, the AKA business plan, in a way that is relatable, in a way that is reliable, and in a way that will allow you to begin to remove some of the risks out of the equation, because you have a plan of how you're going to jump into the market and how you're going to execute while you're there. So I don't want to delay any further. So again, we've given ourselves a round of applause. We've gone over inside of the Facebook group and we are posting, and we are getting ready for Donnetta. Donnetta, are you ready? Because you know what we're about to do. We're getting ready to go on that countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Okay, it looks like we are ready to begin. And so today we are going to talk about writing your vision. And I call writing the vision a short, abbreviated writing your business plan session. And when I say writing the vision, it takes a lot of that pressure off that people generally feel when we talk about writing a business plan. And so I'm hoping that as we go through this together, that it will help you to understand how important it is for you to document what God has given you to bring to the marketplace. And so the objective here is to provide you with an understanding of the importance of effective planning before you start your business, to provide you with a method by which the concept of writing a business plan is teachable, reliable, and obtainable. And so that's my goals and objectives for you in this process. So writing the vision came from the scripture Habakkuk 2:12, where it says, write the vision and make it plain, so that he that readeth it can run with it. And that's the importance of having a business plan, so that whoever in your organization that will be reading your business plan will be able to understand what God has given you to do, and they will know how they fit into your business structure. And as well, those who have been set to fund your vision will be able to understand what it is you're trying to bring to the marketplace. And they will be able to run with you, come alongside of you, and help make this thing come to fruition. And so who is the launch strategist? And that's me. I'm Donnetta Watson. I'm a CEO. I am a soon-to-be author. I'm the Black CEO chapter president of the Kansas City chapter. And I am the chapter director, which my responsibility is overseeing opening Black CEO chapters across the globe and developing the chapter presidents and leadership. And I'm a top 10 national entrepreneur finalist. And I competed in a competition and came in the top 10 in the nation in entrepreneurship. I've been in the business arena for over 30 years. Yes, I started when I was 2 years old. That's my inside story, and I'm sticking to it. So I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years. I've been a wedding and event venue owner for over 5 years. And currently I am overseeing 3 venues here in the Kansas City area. I'm a 10-year adjunct professor for the Joseph Business School in Chicago, Illinois. I'm a business coach, business mentor. I work with students from around the globe, helping them to bring their vision to fruition. And I have students and businesses that I coach here in the Kansas City metropolitan area. I have a BA in HR and I have a master's in quality systems management. And for 17 years, I worked for the federal government. 14 of those years, I was a management statistician. I oversaw research studies across the globe. Generally, I have a staff of over 200 in 6 states, as well as an office staff. So I have extensive experience in coordinating, overseeing, developing, and structuring organizations and doing organizational redesign. And so that's what I do with my clients that I work with here in Kansas City. I help them to restructure their businesses to become more profitable. And so as you begin to write your vision, you're going to look at the opportunity. What has been given to you by God to bring to the marketplace? And so we call that your core concept, because within that core concept, that business has a lot of potential. And as a business owner, it is your responsibility to determine what is the capacity, what potential, what opportunities are available for this business concept that I have. You see, we should have a minimum of 6 revenue streams, because if indeed God said that he would bless the work of our hand, then we must look at what he has given in our hands. He has given us that core business concept, and then there are 5 fingers attached to that hand, which represents the 5 additional revenue streams that your business should be able to engage in the life. Now hear me, the life of the business. You will not start the business operating in all 6 revenue streams. If so, you're going to cause yourself some serious trouble down the road. And I'll share with you why. But you're going to maximize the potential of that core concept. And then you're going to believe for wisdom and understanding on how to bring in additional revenue from that core business concept. Your core business will solve problems that are currently existing in the marketplace. And whatever that problem is for that consumer, your business will solve it. And as you become more experienced in business, and as you become more experienced in the business culture of the industry that your business is in, you'll be able to capitalize on those opportunities that are presented. And so what is the problem that we see today? Well, many business owners are intimidated at the thought of writing a business plan. You know, I've been doing this for a very long time. And oftentimes I'll come to a business owner and say, you know, what's your plan? You know, do you have a written business plan? And it's, oh no, I don't want you to be afraid of writing a business plan. So we're going to take the fear out of it and the intimidation and the trepidation out of this and make it very simple for you to accomplish this goal. Now, I have to tell you that IRS is going to make it a requirement. If you're audited by the IRS, the first thing they're going to send to you is a letter of notice. And in that letter of notice, it's going to tell you you need to come with your business plan and your business financials. It's no longer going to be okay to run a business and claim business expenditures and business breaks on your taxes when you can't prove you have a viable business. So it's going to be mandatory. So we want to make it possible for you to meet the requirements of what is considered a legal, legitimate business. Having all of your business filings, all your business documentation, but also having a business plan that definitely conveys that you are a legitimate business. Identifying your market research concepts are very challenging, and people are overwhelmed with the requirements in the business plan. I'm going to simplify that for you, because a lot of the business school requirements are written from the perspective as if you were a student in a business program. And a lot of the things that you're taught, I teach, and I have taught in business school are things that you really won't need as you're running your business day to day. So I'm going to simplify the process and give you the ability to understand what the requirements are that will help you make wiser decisions in business to help you move your business further along and to help you sustain your business. And so definitely where I see the most challenges for the students that I work with and the business owners is in the financial arena. A lot of the terms that are associated with writing a business plan are quite difficult to comprehend if you do not have an accounting background. And so I'm going to simplify that process and give you what you really need to focus on. It's not break-even analysis. It's not ratios. I've done ratios. I've never used them in the 5 years I owned my business full time. Projections in the way that they're presented. We're going to simplify it and show you where you need to pay attention in your business, the things that are important for you to have a good sense of the numbers that your business can produce and what it is producing, and how to track those numbers. So it takes the fear away of these concepts. I'm going to break them down for you and simplify them. So what do we normally do? So in the African American community, I hear a lot of people saying, just jump out there. Girl, you just need to jump out there. And I cringe inside when I hear that, because starting a business is a lot more intense and has a lot more requirements than you on Friday being a wage earner employee of a company and Monday morning you being a CEO. So I'm not a fan of the jump concept in the way we use it. And many people make reference to Steve Harvey's video that he talked about when you jump out there and the things that could possibly happen. Yeah, he's telling the truth. Those things do happen, but we can minimize the impact when you jump out there, when you're jumping out there according to your plan. There's a time to jump, and it's not at the beginning. It's time to jump when you've gone through the proper process. Oftentimes, Black business owners, we bootstrap our business. And bootstrapping is the technique of us using all of our resources to start the business. And so we bootstrap us to the point that we're no longer fundable. And I'm going to talk with you about what that means, being fundable, when we get to the financial session. It is critical that we use the concepts in the right order to maximize the results. Bootstrapping can be part of your startup strategy, but it should not be the only part of your startup strategy. And what we should do, which I did and I recommended for everyone, that while you're working on that job, you use that job like Tarzan used the vine. You see, he held on to one vine and he swung off the branch, and he swung hard until he got a really good grasp of the next vine. And then he began to swing further. So in essence, the job that you're on right now is like the vine. You're going to hold on to it real tight, and you're going to swing like Tarzan did. And you're going to grab the momentum from it. You're going to thrust yourself with momentum until you can grab a hold of the next vine, the business. And so the proper order for how we do our startup strategy is, first we use the Tarzan method. We stay on that job, and we use that job to fund the business. We create a savings account, and we put away as much money as we can for our future. As much as you can save, you can do without, you can reduce your monthly living expenses to create a fund to start the vision, to start the business. Once you have acquired a certain amount of money, you're going to leverage that money. We don't talk about leveraging in our community, but our counterparts use it. It's a very great tool used properly. And so let's say you raised $50,000. Yeah, you can do that. I raised $125,000 before I started my business. I was serious while I worked on that job full time, saving as much money as I could in the thrift savings and let it maximize it at the maximum rate. And I'm encouraging you to do that. So there's no reason that you should be thinking about jumping into a business when there's a better strategy that you can use. So save as much money as you can. Let's say you save $50,000. You're going to leverage 80% of that $50,000. So approximately about $42,000. You're going to leverage that. You're going to put that money in the 50,000 in an interest-bearing account. You're going to borrow against it 80%, which is 40,000, I'm sorry. You're going to take that 40,000 and you're going to put it in your business growth fund. You're going to pay that loan down. You're going to pay it off. You're going to continue to work and you're going to pay it off. And when you get that loan paid off, you're going to have $90,000. You're going to need a minimum of 100,000 based on the industry that you're going into. You're going to take that $90,000, and then you're going to use that money to start your business. You're going to leverage it again. 80% of that $90,000 is what you'll use to start your business. Then you're ready to jump. So in essence, we reverse the order. You're going to do the Tarzan theory first. You're going to bootstrap by taking the funds that you've been able to leverage, that you've been able to borrow, that you've been able to put aside for the business, very disciplined lifestyle that you'll have to live in order to accomplish this. You're going to take that money and leverage it again. You're going to use the 80% of that $90,000 to start your business, because you're going to continue to pay the second loan off. But when you've got that loan paid off, you've got your original $90,000. That's your money. No matter what happens in the business, you have emergency fund and you have cash, which cash is king in business. And you can't get anything accomplished without having additional revenue set aside to show any lender that your business can be funded. That's the strategy that we use and we teach for all business owners. Put that under your hat. So once you have determined what you're going to do, now we're going to write the vision. In the operational strategy of your business plan, it's basically telling your story. Who's the business owner? What is the business all about? When are you planning to open the business? I pray it is not earlier than 8 to 12 months, and really I'm going to say 10 to 12 months before you start writing. You're going to set a goal of no less than a year from the day you start writing to actually open the doors of your business. It is important to allow you proper time to write this vision out, to fund the vision, to create a strategy for starting the business that you can actually use as your guide while you're working toward growing your business. So the who, that's you, the business owner. What type of business you're bringing to the marketplace. When you plan to open the doors of your business. Where the business is going to be located. Critical. Man, they say location, location, location. And that is a critical concept. If you are planning to open a brick and mortar business, the location of your business will determine the success of your business. I often say you cannot create prosperity in a dry land. So you will not plant your business in an area where the whole essence of that area is poverty. You cannot create prosperity in a dry land. So please be very conscious of where you plant your business. If you're launching a business as a service business and you can work from home, that's wonderful, but you still need to determine where the headquarters will be out of your home. So you'll need to determine what space you're going to use in your home that you can designate as the sole area that your business will operate in, because there are tax implications and advantages you can have when you have a home-based business. And you need to make sure that space is used exclusively as a business location and not a joint shared space with your family. The next in your operational strategy is how you're going to do this. How are you going to accomplish this? What techniques are you going to use to operate and run your business? Who's going to be in the business with you? Are you going to have staff? Are you going to do it by yourself? Now, one of the critical things that hopefully if you're consistently watching the Black CEO movement, you'll learn that we are not keen. Basically, we really don't care for the solopreneur strategy. That's where you, the entrepreneur, become the chief only operator of everything in your business. And honestly, those are the types of businesses that are in the deepest trouble. You cannot be the person that unlocks the doors, answer the phones, greet the customers, bill the customers, take the money to the bank, come back, clean the bathrooms, mop the floors, sort the inventory, and think you're going to successfully stay on top of what a business owner, a CEO's requirements are in running your business day to day. Your duties and responsibilities have nothing to do with the everyday mundane task associated with your business. And most often we have a passion, something we're good at, that we take to the marketplace, and we never turn it into a business. It remains our hobby. And therefore, the business never grows because we fail to bring in the right operational strategy, the right people that will function in your business so that you, the business owner, the CEO, can oversee the decisions that need to be made for the growth, the development, and the sustaining of your business. So, the financial strategy is the most critical part of running a business. You, the CEO of your company, this is your job. You cannot delegate, relegate this responsibility to anyone else. See, the language of business is financial. Everything, every decision you make, and I often say, every decision you choose not to make has financial implications. And as the business owner, it is your responsibility to know where your business is at financially each and every day. Before you make any decision that has a financial implication in your business, you must know your numbers. I am not an advocate of teaching break even. See, break even is when you determine what the cost to produce the product is, and then you determine how many of them you have to sell in order to make your money back. And most entrepreneurs are very proud that they broke even. But my concept is once you break even, you're still broke. I just want that to resonate with you. So it's important to look at how to make my business profitable. So we teach profitability, looking at all of your business operations, calculating the cost of that, and determining if I sell X amount of products, how much profit am I going to make? We don't stop at break even. We go to the point of making a profit. What are the tools you're going to need in your financial strategy? Well, you're going to need to know a term called trending and tracking your business. Trending your business is looking at your business and determining over a period of time the cycles that affect your business. You see, if you're in an area where there's a winter season, where most of the area becomes dormant, and you will see your revenue decline during those periods of time, you're going to prepare for that. And so while you're writing your vision, you're determining what things are going to affect my business. Basically, during the financials is where we really do a SWOT analysis. What's the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats financially that are going to impact my business financially. And so we look at all of the conditions and all the factors. This is where you would do it. And you assign a number value, a dollar value, to what that impact is that it's going to have on your business during the different seasons. Now, if you're fortunate enough to be in a climate area where the temperature is stable, traffic and movement in your particular area is stable all year round, yes, your business strategy is your financial strategy and your business strategy is going to be different because it's going to take into consideration the climate that your business is in and the culture where people do not traditionally hibernate. They're going to continue to purchase and buy and travel to locations if you are a brick and mortar business. So it's important for you as the business owner to take all of those things into consideration. And then you're going to look at over time. You're going to trend the up and down seasons and periods of time that will affect your business. And you're going to track what happens during those times. And so you're going to document day to day what happens in your business. And your very first year in business, you should be working with revenue goals. That each and every day you have a revenue goal assigned, each and every week, every quarter, semi-annually. And oh, that third quarter, we call the third quarter the rescue period, because if you didn't get it right, quarter 1 and 2, you got time, quarter 3 and 4, to fix the problems that you've seen before it's time to close out the year. So again, you're going to, from trending and tracking your business, you're going to create revenue goals. How much money does my business need to bring in every day? How much money do I need to have every week, every quarter, semi-annually, third quarter, and annually? And I am an advocate of not making any financial purchases or decisions until you've made it through the first full quarter of your business. Now, you will have your traditional startup expenses, but your monthly, daily operations will guide you into determining, can I make this purchase? Now, the reason we say hold off on making purchases and spending money is because you may have a very wonderful week, your very first few weeks in business, because traffic, drawing them, your marketing, drawing people to your business, and then things may slow down. And if you've made decision on the revenue that's come in just 1 week, and by the 4th week of the month, things have slowed down, and you've spent all your money based on the money that's come in during the 1st and 2nd week, you're gonna be in trouble. So it's best to not make decisions on a daily basis on what you spend your money on and how you allocate the funds that come into your business, but to do it on a quarterly basis. Now, you will have your capital expenditures, which is your lease, which is your lights, gas, phone, which is staff, payroll, and most importantly, something that doesn't happen in most business programs, your own salary. See, I'm not a fan of businesses that don't pay the owner a salary. Now, just imagine going to a job and working every day, 10, 12, 14 hours a day, and at the end of the week, not receiving a paycheck. So what makes that okay for you to experience that in your business? And so the first thing you're going to do during the planning phase is you're going to determine what you need as a salary. Now, you're making $100,000 a year on your job, and you're planning to exit that job and start the business, you're not going to take $100,000 out of your business your first year, because I guarantee you, your business won't produce that. But what you will do is you'll look at what it takes for you to take care of your living expenses, budget everything out. And I highly recommend that you work with a bookkeeper or accountant or tax analyst or buy a bookkeeping program, a budgeting program to determine what you need to live on, so that you will be able to take a salary from the business when the business begins. You have written yourself into your financial strategy. And the first person that needs to be paid is you, the business owner, before anybody else receives anything. Because I guarantee you, the passion that you have for your business will soon disappear when you're not being paid and able to take care of your living expenses. So, as you are looking at the revenue goals for the business, your personal expenses are written into the revenue goals. And so you know what you need to bring in the door every day, not just to pay you, but to pay your staff, to pay your expenditures, to create future savings for the business, to tithe from the business, and to have an emergency fund. That's your responsibility, business owner, to set things in order, so that this will be how your business operates before the doors open. Every 3rd year, you're going to review where your business is at. And oftentimes, you'll write a new strategy based on the growth that you have seen in the business previously. By 5 years, you're going to begin your growth strategy. Your growth does not happen automatically. You begin a strategy to determine how to increase your revenue, how to expand your business, how to duplicate your systems, how to franchise your concept. Those are the things you begin to research, not do, research by year 5. So that by year 10, you're in your full growth strategy. Concepts that you don't hear talked about very often in business today. And then your marketing strategy, branding your business. Branding your business is a 365-day of the year process that no matter what where a customer lives, a customer will hear your commercial, they will see your business, they will hear about your business. Every place they turn, you've created a strategy to where your customers, your potential customers, see, hear, touch you each and every day. That is a budgetary item. You have to include the marketing, the branding concept that you're going to use for your business in your financials. See, that's why I say every decision in business is financial. You can't adequately introduce your business to the marketplace without having a branding strategy. And then you will have a marketing strategy, which will consist of promotional concepts to move certain products, to highlight certain services of your business every quarter. So you'll have your branding strategy where a customer will hear you, see you, touch you, however you accomplish that goal. And then you will determine on a quarterly basis what service you will promote, what strategy you'll promote, what product you'll promote in your business during the year. A minimum of 3 to 4 times a year, you will do a promotional strategy. You'll base all of these activities on the industry that your business is in. What is customary for the industry? So that means you have to research the industry your business is in. You, the business owner, that is your responsibility to be the expert in the industry, to know what's happening in your business industry so that you can create cutting edge strategies that's right on the cusp of what's happening, fresh and new in the industry that your business is in. Making it plain. You're going to take your operational strategy, your financial strategy, your marketing strategy. You're going to write the story out of how you plan to achieve these particular concepts in the business and how much it's going to cost. Everything has a cost: staffing costs, operational costs, marketing costs. All of those things have to be written into the plan. And when someone reads it, they'll know exactly where you're trying to go. When a lender or an investor reads it, they'll know you know what you're talking about. When you hand it to your staff for them to read it, they'll be able to run with you in the vision. You see, you cannot run alone as an entrepreneur. It takes people to execute a vision, and you must take the time to write it and make it plain so that whoever readeth it can run with you in the vision. And I am so grateful to be able to share with you the concepts from writing the vision, a very important strategy that you can incorporate today. And if there's any assistance that you need, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook at Donnetta Watson. You can find me at donwatson@gmail.com, or you can call me at 913-306-3685. I am here to help you write the vision and make it plain so that he that readeth it can run with it. Thank you very much and have an amazing day.